What's up, pretty gang? Welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite nail tech, Peaches, back with another video. And today's video, we are going to be working on this beautiful set I did for one of my clients. She is graduating college. She's super excited, super happy. You know, I really wanted to kind of focus on what is like a go-to set that fits every type of occasion, okay? So before we jump in, y'all already know, go ahead, connect with me on Instagram and make sure that you're subscribed. Our subscriber for tonight is Carly. Thank you, Carly, for the love. Appreciate you guys. Turn on your notifications, because if your notifications is off, how the hell you gonna know when I'm on, okay? So first things first, both of these colors that I'm using today are custom colors. And then of course, Young Nails Core Clear, Young Nails Liquid, because I'm a Young Nails girl. There is no knot polish in this video, although you see a knot polish jar. This is a custom nude that I made. And then the white is actually like a white with, it's like a milky white with very, very fine glitters in it. And I call that one Angelic. That is custom made as well, for those who are wondering, okay? So first things first, right? While I'm getting all my stuff prepared and whatever it is I'm doing in this clip, I really like this set. And this was not our intention of doing today. So initially, when she booked this appointment, she was booked for a freestyle, talk about some yellow and red for her school colors, but she got a wedding to go to tomorrow and just all these different kind of stuff. So I changed her appointment. It was like, girl, you don't want no freestyle. That's not what you're asking for. Just come on and we'll get it together, right? So like I said, she's a regular of mine, so it was no issue at all. So when she got here, we were talking. So we needed something that would fit her graduation, and also she's going to a wedding, so she didn't want her nails to be too much, but she also wanted them to be a little bit much. You know what I'm saying? So already knew she likes ombre, right? And when you're talking to your clients, it's very good to know how to encourage your client to build a set of their own instead of always having someone else's picture. That is how you also attract other clients, and that is how you stand out. Because to be honest, they don't really know how to build a set if they've never had to do it before. So I always talk to my clients like, okay, what are we doing? What you got going on? How's life? They'll talk to you, they'll tell you all their business, and you can help them build a set accordingly. So I asked her, I said, do you want any real color today? She said, why don't we just stick to nudes? I said, okay, do you want any shimmer, glitter, etc.? She said, we can do a little glitter. So because she doesn't typically do a lot of glitter, I went ahead with this white shimmer color, which it's kind of hard to see the shimmers in it, but they're there. And then from there, I said, do you want like a pinkish nude, or would you like a brownish nude? And she said, I'd like a pinkish nude. So that's how we established our colors, right? So that's step one. If your client is unsure on how to proceed and what type of set they want, start with the colors, right? Step two is, and that's how we got here. Step two is you need to ask them, so what you want? You want like a fully marble set, a fully French? Do you want a little bit of this, a little bit of that? And you know, she kind of was like, I think I want a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Most clients are probably gonna want more like a mix and match. That's what I call it, when each nail is not exactly the same. You have a couple different designs on each hand. They'll probably go for that, just especially because when it's special occasions, they want to look like they're showing out. You feel me? So once they tell you which direction they want to go, if she does say, or whoever, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, then that's when you proceed to take it a step further. Like, okay, boo, you want some French tips, some marble, some ombre, some nail art. And that's when she was like, let's do a little bit of nail art. We can do a little bit of marble. I mean, not marble, ombre. And then we did have a plan to do maybe some like acrylic flowers, but once I kind of got done with the application, I went ahead and made the executive decision to not, and I went and decided to do the bling and the pearls, because I feel like that was a better fit than the 3D flowers for this particular time. Okay, so that's how you kind of talk to your clients and you figure out what do they want, because there are a lot of people, at least the way I book, I don't need to know exactly what you want before the appointment. I just need to know, do you want a basic set, which is plain color, like literally just no real designs, just like, hey, choose a color, that's it? Or you want non-basic, which is like marbles, ombres, basically anything that's not just a plain set, or you want a freestyle. That's all I care about. Show up, we'll figure it out from there, right? If you're a person that likes to go ahead and book your clients that way as well. It gives you a lot of flexibility, and it gives your clients a lot of freedom and comfortability to not have to stress over what they want. And I feel like that's how I'm able to be so creative in my sets, and I attract a lot of people who are looking for things that are kind of out of the ordinary or a little bit different, is because I don't require my clients to send any type of pictures, any photos. I don't need it, because to be honest, I feel like a lot of people do that because they want to buy supplies for that particular client, but I don't buy supplies for my clients. Like, you come to me, so you'll need to see what I have for you at that appointment, and you know what, they're gonna just choose based on what I have at that time. Because if I'm constantly buying supplies for each and every client, I'm wasting more money than I'm making, if that makes sense. That's why I say, do not worry about, if your clients are asking, hey, do you have this, this, and this, and that, just tell them, hey love, I have very large amounts of supplies. As you can see from my page, you'll be able to take a look on the day of to see what I have been in there. That's the best response that you can give. Okay, so it doesn't feed into their expectations too much, and they don't have to like be fixated and stuck on one thing in case they change their mind. So as you can see here, right, we did the clear nail, and of course we are getting into the ombres. Now, if you are having trouble with doing ombre on short nails, I do have some videos on my channel that are very, very detailed. You guys know I have tons of ombre videos on my channel, and you guys can take a look and see just a more detailed look at that, right? So this video, I don't want to say this video is going to be all over the place, but I really want to talk to you guys more so about designing sets for clients and what to do if a client is unsure and how to proceed. Because a big part of doing nails is going with the flow, but also managing your clients' expectations and keeping yourself on track, because at the end of the day, we are on a time limit. Okay, you can take as long as you want to take, but somebody's going to be coming next through the door, and we have to stick to our word and stick to the times that we are telling our clients it's going to take. You know what I'm saying? So when you have a client that doesn't know what they want, I always tell them, like, okay, you have a little bit of time to think, but by the end of your prep, they kind of need to know what they want. Okay, so let's say you have a 12 o'clock appointment. From the time they sit down and you say, hey boo, how are you doing? You're putting sanitizer on your hands, you're getting your new file, you're getting a pusher, you're getting sanding bands, you're preparing for the prep. You kind of talk to them, right? Okay, what is it that you're looking for today? Oh, I see you're booked for, I see you're booked for this type of set. Do you know what colors or this and that and the other? A lot of people may pull out a picture, and that's fine, and you can ask them, what is it that you like about that picture? Because nail techs, what we need to get out of the habit is, well, for those of you that have the habit of just, let me try and copy and paste this picture, it's not, try to change something about the picture. I know it is a recreation and whatnot, and clients may be leaning towards that, but oftentimes it'd be one main specific thing or a couple things that they are focused on. So ask them about their budget, right? If they're not exactly, I don't know what I want to do today. The main thing I always ask is, okay, babe, what is it that you're looking to spend today? They might say, $85. They might say, well, I've got $140 or whatever. So from there you say, okay, are we doing bling today or no bling or charm? Some people do not like bling because of the job or maybe bad past experiences. Some people have to work their way into it, and that's fine. So if they say, okay, I don't want bling, so then the next step is, okay, what about any type of like 3D flowers or nail art? Then from there, if you can see like, okay, they want something more plain, then you can say, okay, so you want something that's more of a mix and match, you like encapsulated, you like French tip. They will continue to talk to you, and at that point, that's when you're getting your supplies ready, you're prepping them, you're putting tips on. So by the end of you putting tips on, they should know the type of set that they're getting, right? That gives you like a solid 15-20 minutes from when they sit down, you say your pleasantries, to the time that your tips are on, shaped and cut, all that stuff, right? Oh Lord, they in there watching basketball. I don't know what they yelling about. So that gives you a good amount of time, right? 20 minutes is a solid amount of time. You should be talking to your client that whole time. And then by the time you're putting your liquid in your jar, that's when they should be looking at colors, and you're deciding on the colors that you want so you can get started. If you do not Manage your clients' expectations. If you are not talking to them during this time period and really telling them like, okay, hey, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to eat through your time. Do not allow your clients to run your appointment. Okay, it's your space, it's your time. At a certain point, if by the time they don't know, you're getting close to like the tips are pretty much like on and shaped, you need to tell them like, hey boo, we're getting close to having to start, so do you have a general idea so we can get started, or is there color? You kind of have to coach them and guide them, and they'll be like, oh, I don't want to take all the time, whatever. They will kind of figure it out as you kind of talk them to it, but you have to keep them on track. If you notice that they start to get a little bit sidetracked, keep bringing the conversation back to, hey, what are we doing today? And if all else fails, right, this is the next thing that I'm going to talk to you about, right? So if all else fails, right, and they still don't know what they want, sets like this that I did here, you see how it's like a couple ombre fingers, a couple solid? To be honest, I don't know anybody who's going to refute that type of set, which is why this type of set is one of my go-to sets. You can do it in every single color combination you can imagine. You can do charms on top, you can do bling on top. It looks different every time, I'll tell you that, right? So if all else fails and then this is just like, dang, she won't choose, and they're just like, oh, I need help, how about you help me out, whatever, just tell them like, hey, let's do a mix and match. We'll do like a couple of ombres, a couple of solids. If their budget is higher, add a marble in there somewhere, or maybe a French, because at the end what you can do is, some of these solid nails don't have to stay fully solid. I'm so sorry you guys, I had hiccups. Some of those solid nails don't have to stay solid. You can add nail art, you can do like sugar full glitter nails type of things, and they're not gonna feel like, oh, this is whatever, we just threw this together. Even though in the back of your mind, this is just a staple set that you always know is gonna work out. It's very important that in the back of your head, you have certain placements and certain things that you can go to when clients are really struggling and don't know what they want. It's very important that you have certain even colors, right? Like this type of pinkish nude, this is a go-to color that I choose. It doesn't look bad on anybody, right? When I tell you guys, not polished second nude, first nude, nude panther, those colors don't look bad on anybody, not a single person. So when people are unsure of what they want, you as a nail tech should have certain go-tos that you know works for everybody and anybody. Certain bling placements that are quick, but I don't want to say they have to look extravagant, but they add that little extra that sometimes is just enough for people. You know, you have certain things in your head that you know, like, all right, I know this is like $80 worth. So if someone says they got an $80 budget, but they're not sure what to do, we'll start with that, and any ideas and input they have, we'll add that along the way. So that's something that will reduce your time significantly, because you do need to multitask, okay? So here is what application looks like. I know this is not really the best angle, but if you guys didn't know, I actually take my videos vertically, but on Final Cut Pro, I have to turn them horizontally so that way they can fit within the screen. So sometimes that's why certain angles they might look a little funky, but you know, it's okay. So here we go with the shaping. This is just a, you know, standard shaping. If you are having trouble with shaping square nails, I do have videos on my channel, as well as other videos showing short nails. I know shorter nails can be a hassle, especially if you don't do them that often. It does take a little bit of practice. No, it takes a lot of practice to be able to do well at short nails. I feel like I'm still working on making short nails look good on every single body. Like, I got it down, but you know, when you're just looking to improve something, there's always room to improve. I feel like I'm really testing my limits on really making sure they're not bulky and making sure that they are not too thick at all, and just, you know, seeing what looks the best and what looks nice and neat. Okay. Oh, child, let me hold on, I gotta plug in my computer. It's about to die. I gotta put it on the charge. Okay, so back to what I was saying, right? So really, I feel like where a lot of people, they struggle is because they're depending on the client to tell them what to do, right? clients come in and you're like, oh, what do you want? And I think that's why a lot of nail techs just like to see a picture, because they like to be prepared. But you know what? A lot of the job is not knowing, and a lot of the job is being unprepared. Because at the end of the day, no matter what you do, something will always come up. Okay? Something at any point in time can come up and can throw you out of whack and kind of hinder what it is that you're doing. And you have to know how to think quick on your feet and to make up for time. So if, you know, being a little bit faster or cutting down on your times is something that you want to do, sometimes it's not all about just the physical, like, hey, I got the hiccups. Hey, my hands are not moving as fast or as quick as I need to, or hey, I have to physically, you know, cut corners. Sometimes it is really just how you're talking. Y'all, I'm so sorry. I literally have the hiccups. I know I've already said that a couple times, but to just reiterate. But sometimes a lot of cutting down your appointment is how you're talking with your clients, okay? Especially new clients. Like I said, don't let them dictate what you got going. You should be the one to pretty much lead the conversations and just talk to them and get a feel of what they like. I personally feel like when I talk to clients, because honestly, child, they be telling me their whole life story and then some on the very first appointment. I know all their business. But a lot of times I feel like doing nails is taking someone's personality as I'm talking to them and putting it onto their nails. That's just in my opinion. Nails is art to me. Nails is really just like an outlet, an expression. I'm very passionate about it. But if you are someone that does not feel that same exact attraction or passion for nails, maybe it's more of just literally it's just a way of making money to you, which, you know, that's fine. Everybody's not as passionate, and that's fine. You have to find a way, right? Oh, here comes the here's the shape, and we're about to go into the final design of things. So Nail Addicts, actually they're called Nail Reserve now. This is the white that I'm using today. I really love this formula. You guys, if you haven't already checked out the video that I posted last night, go check them out. I did a review on the 5 colors that they sent me. I honestly really like these colors for nail art. You guys know I use gel polishes for nail art. Just look at how nice and smooth and white this is, and just look how pigmented it is. I really love that. I'll be honest, I don't have any other whites that are like this type of consistency, and this is really the consistency that I like. It's not too thick, but it's also not too thin and sheer. Like, honestly, it's really just right. So if you guys are looking for some more gel polishes, I do have a 50% off code. It is code peaches50. All of the information is in the description box below, the link to the website, all of that stuff. You guys get 50% off, and I also get 10% off. No, I don't get 10% off. I get 10% commission every time you guys buy one using the link and my code. So, hey, it's a win-win, right? Anyways, back to what I was saying. So, yeah, if you're looking to cut down on times, a lot of times it is how you interact with the client and how you are talking with the client about what it is that they want. A lot of the process can be expedited, and a lot of times you can just throw out ideas. Sometimes for some people, the more options they have, the harder that it makes it for them. So you have to just learn your client to know. But once you kind of know what they like, it's a lot easier to kind of get through all that fluff, and you guys can just get to working, okay? Another thing, don't be afraid to tell a client that something doesn't look good. That's not to say you still won't do it, but like I tell my clients, like, girl, you sure you want to do that? And they'll be like, oh, you know, do you think I should? I'll tell them, I personally wouldn't, but it's your nails. The outcome is going to look like X, Y, and Z, because sometimes clients do have just these really high expectations, and it's like, that's not even my work. That's somebody else's picture, which you should be able to take that picture and, you know, interpret it into your work, you know, which is fine, recreations or whatever. But just some things don't look cute, to be honest. And some things need changes. And some clients are willing to make those changes, and some clients are just like, no, I kind of want it how it is there. So, you know, just tell them, hey, it may not be what you're expecting, because in order to get this type of effect, it's going to be X, Y, and Z, or hey, I don't have those specific supplies, so it is going to look a little different, you know, whatever it may be. And that will in turn allow the client to decide, like, okay, is this something I want, or is it something I don't want? You know what I'm saying? So regardless of how it is that you work and the pace that you work, it's just, the moral of the story is it's really good to have certain sets like these that you know is going to be a hit every time. No matter the length, no matter the shape, a set like this can be achieved. You can have it in your back pocket. You can do every single color combination known to man. Okay, and it's gonna be all good. So this part, we are just doing some nail art. Like I said, she did say that we can do some nail art. We were gonna do some acrylic flowers. I scrapped that idea. And as you can see, these squiggly lines, a lot of you guys like when I do these squiggly lines and how I do them. And a lot of my clients do as well, because they're not like traditional like lines how you'd see on Instagram. A lot of people's lines are very like dainty and thin. I like mine's very thick and bold and all different directions. But there's a million ways you can even do those lines. So designs like this it's very, very nice, because I mean you can do a whole set of, you know, nails like this. So it's just one of those things where you have a lot of options to play with on sets that are like basic, but you add the stuff on top, and that's what helps you also think like, okay, I have this amount of time. I know it's only going to take maybe 30 minutes to do this application, and whatever I do on top, once you look at the time after they wash their hands, then it's like, okay, let's see what we have time for on top. And they're gonna be happy, because at the end of the day, they came in with the only expectation being that their nails are gonna be nice. They literally didn't have, you know, something in mind, which sometimes it'd be kind of lit when you have clients that just really just like, okay, just do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes. But if you're looking for how to attract a different type of clientele, it may be how you're booking and how you're advertising the things that you do. Okay, I know a lot of people kind of get frustrated because maybe they're not allowed to be as creative, or you know, maybe they're only doing certain type of sets. But this is why you don't say no to doing a variety of sets, or this is why I personally post everything that I do for the most part, because it's like I want people to see my variety. I want people to see, hey, she's not scared to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if you're finding that like, hey, everybody's only booking ombre, look at your page and see how much doggone ombre that you do. If every set you do is ombre with bling, well then people are gonna think that's all you know how to do the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, people assume that whatever you post is your best work. So you have to take a minute, take a step back and think, is this really my best work? Is this really my only work? You guys, I'm so sorry for the blurriness. I apologize. And then on your booking site, like, take a look and see if you have a booking site or DMs, you know, whatever it is. Take a look and see, like, is this the only thing that's maybe reasonably priced, or is this just what people like from me? Or, you know, you kind of have to look and reevaluate yourself and just kind of look and see, like, if I want more people to book marble, maybe I should ask for some nail models, or maybe I should start suggesting, like, when people are unsure about stuff, like, hey, you should really try marble. Hey, see who feels like being adventurous that day, and then go about it like that. There's a lot of different ways to attract new people. What I've been seeing lately is that in order to attract other people will stop doing basic sets, and they'll be like, oh, you know, no basic sets anymore, only long lengths, etc. But it's like, to be honest with you, you don't have to get rid of all that to attract the other stuff. All you need to do is post more of the other stuff so you can attract a wider audience. That's what you always want to think about, attracting a wider clientele, not getting rid of a whole part of your clientele. Okay? Because when you do things like getting rid of shorter lengths, that's a lot of people that might be potential clients that are not even going to think about booking you because you don't accept their length. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't do basic sets. That's a lot of people that you're getting rid of, because if someone's on a budget, they're going to automatically go for a basic set at least. So, you know, it's a lot of things to think about when you're thinking about things like this. A lot of people think, you know, hey, nails, oh, it's just nails, but it's not. It's a lot that goes into it. Now, look at this finger. I tried to fix that one on the edge, and by the time, like, how it was already glued down and stuff, I was like, dang, it's kind of a little bit further off than I wanted it to be. But, I mean, it's not horrible. But I honestly, it was, yeah, you can see it was really gonna be too hard to fix it, and I was like, you know what, I think it's gonna be fine. And for the most part it was, but like I feel like it just was a little bit off, and then the other ones were glued down, and I was just like, man, it's gonna be kind of a hassle to take them all off. And when I was looking from different directions, it really didn't look that bad. So I was like, okay, like once I got done with that one, I was like, all right, this doesn't really look that bad. So I just want to make sure I'm taking closer looks and stuff at all of this. And I mean, here we are. We've got a beautiful set that is not going to outshine the bride. Well, hopefully not. I'm not going to lie. Look, I've done people's nails going to weddings, and they talk about their friend is the bride going to the nail shop. I'm like, child, don't be mad at me if the bride comes slapping you upside the head because your nails look so much better. But that's neither here nor there. But you see, these nails are going to be perfect for graduation, and honestly, just an everyday wear. Like, it's a very easy set to do. Okay, a little bling, a little pearls, and blot out. We're done. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.